Hello there everybody, welcome to this little video where I just wanted to sit down and talk about an internet forum that I used to be a part of that I really loved, and that doesn't really exist anymore, but I have really good memories of my time on the forum and the internet friends that I made there. The title of this video, The Screaming Wench, is the name of that forum. So I want to talk a little bit about, the history of the forum as I remember it, and the people who were a part of it, etc., etc. So I don't remember the exact year. It had to have been, a good handful of years ago, 6-7 years ago perhaps. This forum was created, the Screaming Wench, by a guy whose internet handle was Wild Weasel. And he created it essentially to be like an alternative gaming forum to like the GameFAQs forums in particular, but probably is just a nice alternate all the way around. He and myself and a handful of the people who were members of that forum back in the day, we were all a part of GameFAQs, and we all knew what the GameFAQs forums were like. Like any other internet forums, there's a lot of trolling and a lot of 12-year-olds and a lot of admins that are power hungry and just the typical shit that you encounter on an internet website forum, especially something that's popular like GameFAQs is. So Wild wanted to create something where you could kind of shed some of that crap that you would deal with on big forums, and it'd be a little more intimate, and people might get to know each other a little better, and actually, be able to form friendships without being really totally anonymous like you are on a forum where thousands of people are posting on it every day. So, he of course was the creator, and he was the first person on the forum, and then another member joined up by the name of Mario Lord, and then I believe of the Screaming Wench. Now there was another forum before that, but on the Screaming Wench I believe I was member number 3. I seem to really remember that I kind of felt like I had a distinction there. That the creator was there, then he had his first person who joined up, and then I was the next person. And I was always a little proud of that, even if that's silly. But after that, we had other members who joined. Nexic, who I believe she was a part of the forum that existed before the Wench, that I wasn't around for, and then she came and joined up with this one. And we had Angra, and we had Urond, I believe that's how I always pronounce that particular guy's name. And there were more, and I feel bad that I can't remember all of those names right now, but we had, I'd say, anywhere from a good 10 to 15 members. I would say probably a good 5 to 8 of us who were really regulars, 10 to 15 who were common around the forum, and probably 20 to 25 total members. But lots of people sign up for things and then never do any real posting, or they'll post a little way, like say for a week or two, and then they disappear off the face of the earth. But we had a really good group of people. We had a lot of fun. We had people of all different ages, different places in both the country, in the U.S. and like Canada and overseas. We had young and old, and we just had a good time talking about video games, but we talked about everything that there was to talk about when it comes to entertainment mediums. Lots of talks about TV shows and movies and music, and later on it became a outlet for creative writing, and actually Wild himself ended up doing publishing and writing of his own, and He's a really good writer, and he has the right, what I call like the right demeanor for it. Like, he is on task and asks that people, take care of their responsibilities in that regard. I just always really looked up to him for creating the forum, of course, but also his work in that field. Brought out the best in me. One of the first times in years that I had felt inspired and almost challenged to write, and to write better than I ever had, and to rework things that I had written. It wasn't something I'd thought about for so long, and then like I said, I felt inspired to do better. I should have grabbed it. I actually have a book of my own work that he published for me a couple years back. That was really, really cool to just see some of my stuff in its own book form, and not just the stuff that I type on the computer or have in notebooks. So a big thank you to Wild, if you see this video, for doing that. And like I said before, for pushing me and inspiring me in my writing. Unfortunately, I haven't had any inspiration to write anything in the last couple of years. But I still, I feel like I owe you for that. And while we're on this topic right now of things I'd like to say directly to you, I want to apologize for something that I'm not going to get into on here, but you know what I'm talking about. An unfortunate incident where I kind of made a mistake and let you down, and I always kind of felt like it damaged the friendship that we had, and I'm regretful for that. So I just wanted to apologize for what happened, and hopefully maybe someday we'll be more talkative and stay in touch better. All of us who are a part of the forum. I have at least 3 of you as friends on Facebook, and another one who I'm friends with on Steam. So I still have contact with everybody, but it's not what it used to be. And aside from Wild, all the other ones are younger and got so much more of their lives ahead of them. But it would still be nice to keep in touch. There was another forum that was created, the most recent version, that still exists, although I deleted my account from that forum last year because nobody was ever on it. It just, last year or the year before, I don't even remember now when it was, but I deleted my account on it just because it wasn't being used. And I've got Facebook, I've got YouTube now, I've got the N64 Forever forum, I have other things that I'm a part of, an admin of a YouTube fan page on Facebook, and a moderator on the N64 Forever forum, and do my YouTube stuff and play my games and do all that kind of stuff. I just don't have the time to spread for everything that I would like to. So that's why I'm not a part of that forum anymore, but I was thinking if I did this video, I might post the link to it over there on that other forum, and maybe some of you guys will see this at some point. I don't share my YouTube stuff on Facebook. I try to keep a separation between my regular personal life and what I like to do on my channel. So that will explain why this won't pop up for some of you on Facebook. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just wanted to talk about the Screaming Wench and how much fun I had on that forum for quite a few years. The interactions and friendships I developed with people on there, the good times that we had, the fun things that we had. I'm sure if Mario Lord sees this, he'll remember how we used to try to post responses to each other's comments on the forum as fast as we possibly could when we were all online at the same time, which was pretty crazy because I think the Wench may go back far enough to have dipped into part of my the last little bit of my time with dial-up internet. And since I got high-speed in 2007, that may put the forum as even older than maybe I was thinking. But anyway, yeah, we had a good time with all the smelly fish and all the peach loving and all the jokes made about my age, and just it was such a good time. Like I said, I look back on it fondly. There were incidents, and there were the butting of heads and personalities that didn't quite mesh at times, and a few things that I regret, but for the most part, a good time and happy memories for the Screaming Wench. I wish some of you who are watching this video now would have had a chance to be a part of it, even though it was such a small little community. It brought together people from all over the place, and it's pretty awesome. It's one of the positive things about the internet. Even in a sea of negatives and weirdness and bizarre things you can find, the internet can also do pretty cool things, like bring people, so many different people like we are, together in the way that it did. So anyways, thanks for listening to this, and I'll see you next time.